What's good? My name is Precious. I make clothes. This video is going to be about some of the things that I picked up recently for sewing. I've literally not been on YouTube in a minute. I've mostly been on TikTok, but I'm hoping to post more things about my designs and post more things about my clothes on YouTube. I'm looking to drop these particular pants that are like convertible pants, from shorts to like long pants as well. So I'm really excited to do it. I've literally been in the process of making these pants for time. It's something I've been literally designing, and I've improved and updated, and I'm working with a manufacturer at the minute. Hopefully if everything goes smoothly, they'll literally be out in a month or two. Check out my website, put your email in if you're interested, and you'll be notified as soon as something drops. But yeah, hopefully I'll be posting more YouTube videos about it anyways, but I definitely will be posting TikToks about it. This culprit right here, this is something I'm going to talk about. So yeah, these dyes, this is what I copped recently. This one right here, this is something I'm experienced with. I've used this quite a few times and it's always been great. The coffee brown dye in particular. I've used the black ones and I literally bought them in bulk because I was a huge fan of it. But the thing about it now is most of the time I'm making heavier clothing, like either denim or like a heavyweight canvas. And with this, it's a machine dye where you just put it in a machine and just leave it, which most of the time is not the best, but it's worked for me before. But more recently, it's not working. Like with the heavier weighted garments, it doesn't fully absorb it. So instead of turning it black, I thought, okay, maybe it's gonna go gray or something like that. But it's turned stuff like a navy color, which I just don't like at all. So I think I'm gonna lay off of the black version of this for now, but I can still use the coffee version. That's why I have this right here. But I have the Ritz dye, so I've been seeing a lot of people use Rit dye, and this is the one I was advised to use. So I bought this and I haven't tried it out yet, but hopefully I will try it, maybe even make a YouTube video about it. I'm really hoping it actually dyes it black, because honestly, if it goes navy again, I'm just gonna be pissed. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, right now we got some fabrics. I do not lift weights, so this is heavy, I'm not gonna lie. So let's go for the first one. I bought a lot of fabrics recently, denims and stuff like that, so I can show you that a bit later on. But these are the more interesting fabrics I literally got from a sale more recently. It's like a sort of rug, like slash curtain sort of material. That's the only way for me to describe it. The texture is really interesting, so that's why I really like it. These will be really cool to make some like woolly like pants out of. I think this is something that I've already used before. I still have a lot more left. I literally bought it from a charity shop, Cancer Research, £9.50, which I'm not gonna lie, for these sorts of fabrics is kind of expensive, but I really liked it. It was like a thick sort of top material, a really cool texture, and I made a top out of it. I'll probably be making a long sleeve out of it as well, and there's a lot to play with, so yeah, it was definitely worth it. The other thing about buying these sorts of things, especially in this sale, is they're cheap. So if you're someone that's learning like me, I'm still learning how to make a lot of clothes, you don't like have to be scared about wasting money on fabric or messing up, because if you can buy it for cheap, then that kind of takes that factor out of the equation. This is a lot stiffer than the other ones. Honestly, I was a little bit unsure about it, but because it was so cheap, I decided let me go ahead and get it, and then I'll decide later on. £3.75 for 2.5 meters is very graceful, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, I'll definitely be able to use this for anything, maybe a jacket. Yes, I did save the best for last. I literally got this brown sort of material, and this is not as stiff, which is why I like it. And the pattern is really cool. I love it because it's like a leafy sort of pattern, and it's also like a really intricate sort of texture. I don't know if it picks up on the camera too well, but yeah, I think it looks amazing. Quickly, I'm gonna go into hardware. So I'm really going to try to get into more of my hardware and really try to invest into quality hardware, because I find it hard to find it. Like sometimes in the fabric shops near me, I live in Manchester, I go to Abcans Fabrics mostly, it's hard to find like certain pieces of hardware that I might be interested in. So I decided to get this off Amazon. Metal buckle. It's quite heavyweight and really interesting, looks quite smooth, and it looks like great quality. So I think this is something I'll be really excited to use on like a bag. Let me have this right here. These are some like clips. I'm really interested in like vintage clothing. That's definitely one of my loves. These clasps definitely remind me quite a bit of vintage clothing, and you see it a lot in certain items in the thrift shop. Most of the time, like heavier weighted sweaters or cardigans. I have like a heavyweight cardigan that has this in particular, and that's one of the things that drew me to it. So I'm really going to be excited to use this on some of the clothes that I have. I have in mind to use it on like a denim jacket potentially. It's a little side topic, but these are some needles, of course. So I bought like a bulk of needles very recently. Oregon combine needles are the ones that I use most of the time, but still, especially when I use heavier weighted denims, they explode like mad. So I literally had to buy a bulk of these. I bought like 7 last week, and I literally like have gone through like 6, and that's in the past week. So I really do need to either find something that works for me more, move to an industrial sewing machine, because this is my domestic that I use. This is really served me well, and I love it, but I do really find it hard to manipulate garments around it, and especially use heavier weighted fabrics. As I said, I'm still learning how to sew, and in terms of pattern making, that's not something I'm like trained in, but I have been making my own patterns and like experimenting with that. But most of the time I work off of the dimensions that I kind of like already, and I just work off of that. And if it's not perfect, I just change it slowly and slowly each time I make a garment. This is something I got. It's like a craft sort of paper. It was like 16 pounds, and it's a really heavy like long roll, so I'm actually quite happy about that. We have this box right here. What's in this box? We have like loads of zips, and then we also have some buttons. These are some cool buttons that I got recently. So the pants that I'm coming out with are going to have a lot of zips, so that's something I had to buy quite a bit of. Most of the time if I make a jacket, I like to buy these chunky two-way zips. I have a few of each color. For example, if I want to use this, then you know this is gonna match it quite well. These are some buttons. I bought 5 of these. If you notice, they're actually quite large for like a normal jacket button, so I think they'll be really cool to like experiment with. I'm just gonna show a sneak peek of this. This is something I made recently. By recently I mean like literally yesterday or the day before yesterday. It's a denim jacket. Love the way it turned out, really happy with it. Yeah, we'll be posting a proper video about this, showcasing it more, styling it, and also like showing the design in a little bit more depth and how I came up with the specific dimensions myself. But yeah, that's literally the video. Thank you so much for watching. As I said, I make clothes, so check out my website if you're interested, and put in your email if you want to know when things come out. But check out my Instagram, TikTok. That's where I'll be posting information about the pants I'm coming out with a lot more. Thank you so much. My name is Precious, and I'm out.